welcome back to the channel. Tonight, it's a bit of a late night, but I figured I would do a small review on how the Edelbrock Supercharger is doing so far. So I guess we'll dive right into it. Won't waste too much time because I'd like to get to bed. But anyways, if you've been following the videos, this is the new supercharger that is currently on the car. So this is an Edelbrock E-Force 2.3 TVS supercharger. So in a nutshell, these things were made for 2015 to 2017 Z06 Corvettes. You can buy them in LT1 or LT4 configuration. This one is actually for an LT4, but it was meant to be an upgrade from the either having no blower at all, because then they come in a stage 1 kit, or a stage 3 kit, which had a smaller pulley from the stage 1 kit, which was an upgrade to the LT4 supercharger. So I got the stage 3 kit, and let's do a little review on it. So far what I know is absolutely nothing about this. I actually went on the internet and looked really hard and long to find any reviews on this specific supercharger. Now, Eaton has made this supercharger in a bunch of different variations. They have different cases. Some have lids on them. Some are made for Mustangs. Some are made for Dodges. All I know is the E-Force Supercharger from this era, the 2.3, the 2.3 case is the same, and they kind of just change things a little differently. So digging into it, it's almost the same as my LT4 supercharger. It's got intercooler bricks on either side. It doesn't have a very big opening up top. Like, there's no lid you can take on and off. But anyways, if you've seen my previous videos, I kind of did a review on this whole thing just to give people the basics of what it is. I did find out it is specific to a Corvette. They were made this small to fit under the Z06 hood, and you don't have to do any trimming or any modification. It's basically everything fits under the hood. So that's kind of why it's made the way it is. Anyways, so what I've done to it so far is made it fit under the hood. I had to do some belt configuration because nothing really fit. I just got in the new pulley. So I guess that's what I'll talk about, is the performance of this thing. I didn't know what to expect because I haven't found any reviews on it. It's a 2.3. I kind of figured it was going to be between a 2.6, which everyone says makes a ton of high-end horsepower, but you lose a little bit down low because it's a bigger blower and takes more to spin. And the 7.4, the stock factory LT4 supercharger, I was really hoping that this thing was going to be somewhere in between. So originally, when I went out for a drive with it, with the stage 3 pulley that comes with it, it was pretty decent. It made about probably about 10.5 pounds of boost on this setup, which it's a big enough setup. It's a 6.6 liter. It's a stage 4 camshaft. It's ported head. So I was expecting it. The LT4 blower, I was pretty much spinning it to the moon and barely making 8.5 pounds of boost. So I was really hoping to get more with this one. I have the smaller pulley on here now. What an absolute nightmare it was to get here. I ordered it from ZPE Grip Tech. Amazing service down in California from them. The shipping was an absolute nightmare. I had it priority shipped from FedEx, and FedEx is doing this big merger thing where they decided they were going to screw everybody over. And my priority pulley that I ordered was a week late. So then I ended up having to order another one from UPS, and then they both came at the same time. It was just a nightmare. But anyways, I got this pulley on here now. It's a 2.4. It is the smallest one you can get for any of the Edelbrock E-Force superchargers. Go big or go home, right? So any E-Force supercharger on the market, Edelbrock, you know, kind of did us a favor with that. And all the supercharger pulleys have the exact same bolt pattern. So it doesn't matter what supercharger you have, you can get any pulley, and there's zero calculation or zero anything you have to put into it. If you buy an Edelbrock pulley, it fits on any one of their superchargers. It's kind of neat that way. So this is a 2.4. It's the smallest one you can get. Reviews on it. Well, it's kind of a heat pump. It makes a lot of heat. Like with the LT4, my intercooler in front was lukewarm. This one is like radiator hot. It makes a ton of heat. That being said, it goes like a bat out of hell. Like with the smaller pulley, I've really noticed that the torque is almost instant. If you just touch the gas, you're right into boost. Like my other supercharger, I had to really lay into it, and it really had to fight to get that get those rotors spinning. There's small rotors. This thing, if I'm just cruising and I just blip the gas a little bit, I see friggin' plus numbers instantly. The low end is very responsive, very snappy, and the high end, so far with the small pulley, I've only seen about 11.5 pounds of boost, mostly because didn't think I'd have to actually say it, but I'm kind of terrified of it. I haven't done a complete pull with it yet, just because it's kind of terrifying to drive. At around 11.5 pounds of boost, I'm about 5,500 RPM, and my engine redlines at 73. And I usually let off because it's a little squirrely. And I had always figured I was somewhere in the ballpark with between 9 and 950, maybe 1,000 crank horsepower with my last setup. I have no idea what this is. I had spoken to Brian Tooley a long time ago when this LT head cam came out, and he told me that if I had the same setup he had and I was running roughly 8 to 9 pounds of boost, I'd be making 1,000 crank horsepower. I've never dynoed this because, like any of my other videos would tell you, I'm not spending $2,000 on a dyno because I live in Canada and it's super expensive and it's really far away, and it's... So anyways, so I guess this is the end of the review for this. I'm going to keep driving it around. I'm going to try and make some videos driving it around. And so far, I'm really impressed with the E-Force. It seems like a good unit. I've read some reviews on other Edelbrock E-Force superchargers, not this specific one, but other ones, and they say that they're a good unit. I haven't had any overheating issues as far as the engine goes. Yes, it is a heat pump. It's super hot, but the intake temperatures aren't that hot. Not any worse than the LT4 was. So I'm guessing that those intercooler bricks in there are doing a good job. They look like they're pretty beefy. Most important part, it's not loud at all, even with the smaller pulley. I was really surprised. I was expecting a much bigger blower to make a lot more whining. Maybe it's just the design of it, because this is pretty thick casting, and maybe the sound's not traveling and the rotors are completely tucked up underneath. This thing's quiet, like sleeper quiet. If I hammer on the throttle, you can hear just a little eat, but it's nothing like my last supercharger. It has all the pull and no sound. So I don't know how I feel about that. I bought it because I wanted more power, but I also bought it because I love the sound of a good supercharger whine. And the thing is dead silent. And I had read some reviews on other 2.3 units, Magnusons, and they say they're very quiet units. So it'll be something to get used to. I don't know how I feel about it. Some say, porting helps it. I'm not spending another $2,000 to send this to the States to have it ported. So anyways, that's where we're at. Stay tuned. I'll take some more videos. Winter's coming. We're only a couple months away. And then this thing is getting out of there. And that aluminum engine is going to go in here. And I'm really hoping I don't know what I'm hoping for at this point, but I mean, I'll take 100 pounds off the front of the car, and you know, I basically designed the engine to be about the same compression, just a touch bigger, and a little bit, no, about the same compression, yeah. So I think it'll be roughly the same. I don't think there'll be any real big difference, but anyways, I'm just babbling on for no reason. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you like the update. If you're interested in the Edelbrock Supercharger, I mean, for the price I paid for this thing, definitely worth it. I mean, the thing, as far as I've seen, makes at least 11.5 pounds of boost. And I haven't even brought it to its full potential yet. So I'm hoping for at least another pound, maybe 2. And, you know, that's all win. I was only doing 8.5 on my last setup. There is work required to make it fit. I mean, they don't come with an intake hole size big enough to fit a 102 millimeter throttle bottle. You got to do a lot. But I mean, the little bit of elbow grease you have to take for the price savings is well worth it. So if you do come across one of these on Facebook Marketplace, I would definitely suggest buying it, because the smaller pulley is very inexpensive. I paid $150 for the smaller pulley, and at the end of the day, it's still a 2.3. You can still spin it faster. It'll make that power you want, and it's just the heat. You have to worry about heat. That's it. So if you have a good intercooler system and all that, and you're not too worried about kind of sort of taking the life off of it a little bit, go for it. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here for the night. Thanks for tuning in. I will keep you all posted on all that stuff, and that's the end of it. Have a good night, everybody. Cheers.